The following may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
8 Allies Medical Ltd ambulances destroyed by unknown assailant. 3 ambulances were destroyed yesterday during an arson attack at 8 Allies Medical Ltd, which shares a compound with Alexandra MRI Limited in Port of Spain. The incident occurred around 12:30 a.m. and was carried out by an assailant who emerged from a grey Nissan Note vehicle. Employees who were able to view CCTV footage of the incident said the vehicle bore false license plates which were the same as an employee. The employees said a man exited the vehicle from the passenger side and then immediately smashed the windows of one of the ambulances. The man then poured a flammable liquid inside and used a lighter to start the fire. He then did it 2 more times to the other ambulances on site. On one occasion, the flames even blew back in his face. 12 employees, including emergency medical technicians and drivers, were directly affected by the loss of the vehicles. A release from 8 Allies Medical Ltd yesterday said the destruction of the ambulances will disrupt services for the next 3 months. However, it said non-emergency services will continue. The release added that no one was injured in the incident. San Juan plumber erased by unknown assailant. Police are probing the homicide of a 31-year-old plumber who was dead near his San Juan home on Tuesday afternoon. A police report said that Kieron Jones was in the yard of a relative's Priscar Road, San Juan home at around 2:30 p.m. when he was confronted by an assailant who opened fire on him several times before running away. Residents heard the explosions and on checking saw Jones, bleeding, on the ground. A team of officers from the San Juan CID and the Northeastern Division Task Force visited the scene with a district medical officer who declared Jones dead. One of Jones's relatives said he was deeply saddened by the incident. He said while Jones was known as an easygoing person in the neighborhood, he suspected that his demise was related to a fight he had with another man 2 weeks ago. An incident happened where a guy was threatening his mom, and they had a misunderstanding out the road, but the guy kept saying he would shoot his mother. He and the guy got away and they ended up fighting. Today, I came to look for Kieron. I stood up talking with a few friends I haven't seen in a while, and I went down the hill. While walking down the hill, I saw a neighbor who told me that Kieron got and erased. By the time I ran back up here, I saw he was dead. I feel empty right now. He was no gunman. He had no gun or anything like that. The relative said he hoped that the person responsible for Jones's demise would surrender to the police as quickly as possible. Jones was a father of 2 children, a 10-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl. Police from the Homicide Bureau of Investigations Region 2 and the San Juan CID are continuing inquiries. Man erased at Carwash in Petite Valley. A Petite Valley man was erased on Monday afternoon while at a car wash. Police reported that Akeem Lopez, 21, of Springview Drive, Petite Valley, was declared dead on arrival at the St. James Medical Complex. Police said that at about 5 p.m. on Monday, Lopez was at a car wash opposite Valley Harps Panyard, Morncoco Road, with a group of friends, when a silver Nissan B14 pulled up and a passenger opened fire at him before the car sped off. Police said the car used in the homicide was abandoned. It was reported stolen from San Fernando in February. No motive was given for the homicide. Social intervention recommended for disruptive student. Social intervention has been recommended for the 17-year-old student who allegedly made THREATS at the Pentecostal Light and Life Foundation a few weeks ago. On June 1st, the fifth form student allegedly THREATENED to SHOOT up the school after a confrontation earlier that week. Tobago Police and the THA Division of Education, Research and Technology have been investigating the incident. Police said the student behaved in a disruptive manner while writing the English CXE examination. It continued during the maths examination, and he was asked to leave the classroom and the school premises. Police said when the student left, a passerby heard him making utterances to the effect that he would get a GUN and SHOOT up the school. The passerby told the principal about the statement, and the student was later suspended. On Tuesday, a senior police officer said that the student and his parents were interviewed at their home last week. Police also searched the home. A warrant was executed, and we were able to search the premises to ensure that nothing illegal was at the home, but nothing was found, he said. So the investigation is complete from the standpoint of recommending interventions such as anger management to ensure that the student becomes a more improved person and could contribute more meaningfully to society. Contacted for comment, TTUTA Tobago officer Braden Roberts said he had not followed up on the investigation. Told a social intervention had been recommended for the student, Roberts said, "I don't know that captures the type of intervention needed in the education system. We need the reform of education, where education is more meaningful and interesting to the students, so that we don't wait until we lose our children and then try to have an intervention." Roberts said students who have finished secondary school have told him the subjects they studied do not apply to their daily lives. So if students don't see where aspects of education impacts their daily lives, it will be difficult to capture their attention. We need to have measures to keep our angels, not have them fearful of punishment, but more interested in good behavior and positive reinforcement. Roberts said in the absence of corporal punishment, society has employed other strategies to bring about discipline among young people. He said some have been unsuccessful. We don't have boot camps, so we copy and paste aspects we think could work, and we have been SHOOTING ourselves in the foot. Roberts said if social intervention strategies have been recommended for the student, the public should know what is the impact of these measures. We really need to keep our children on the good path rather than see if we could punish them. Roberts said he hopes the Tobago-centric curriculum, which Education Secretary Zorisha Hackett mentioned some months ago, will include strategies to make learning more enjoyable and applicable to the needs of students after they leave school. But I have not heard anything about it since. It will take some time to develop and plan. Giving an account of her division's stewardship during the THA's first quarterly report on April 4, 2022, Hackett said, under the Progressive Democratic Patriots-led THA, the island school curriculum would be Tobago-centric. She said the new approach would improve student performance through reviewing the mission, vision, and goals of the division. Hackett said interdisciplinary approaches to education would incorporate other divisions of THA to promote overall quality of life for Tobagonians. It would also lead to higher rates of digital literacy. She said programs and projects would target different learners and promote inclusivity within the formal and informal education system. Man robs Burger King in Marbella. A lone robber escaped with $7,500 cash and a cell phone after robbing the Burger King outlet in Marbella on Monday night. Police said around 10:20 a.m. the 32-year-old manager was on duty at the business place located along Southern Main Road when a man wearing no mask came in. The man pointed a firearm at her and announced a hold-up. He robbed her of her Samsung A51 cell phone, valued at $2,600, and ordered her to hand over the cash. He proceeded to the vault area where he forced her to give him the cash amounting to $7,500. He then walked out. Marbella police are investigating. Cancer-stricken Sanjay Sampat arrives in India for treatment. 3 days after he left his home in Mayaro, cancer-stricken Sanjay Sampat finally arrived at the Max Super Specialty Hospital in New Delhi, India on Sunday. His brother Donald said it was a strenuous 14-hour flight from New York to India for Sanjay. Despite having bouts of headaches, fatigue and nausea, he said Sanjay tried his best to remain in good spirits. His parents, Chatram and Shanti, accompanied him to the hospital. Donald said his brother received 2 pints of blood on Monday as his blood count was low. He will get another pint today, Donald explained. He said Sanjay underwent a bone marrow biopsy on Monday and the doctors were awaiting the results. He also did some blood tests to see if he had any infections. Otherwise, he's okay. They need to wait on the bone marrow report to see which treatment suits him best, Donald added. The family has been praying that Sanjay makes a full recovery. There have been other cancer patients who went into remission after getting treatment at the Max Hospital, so they remain hopeful. Donald said they were still trying to figure out how they will pay for Sanjay's full treatment over the 4 months. So far, they have only raised enough money for 1 month's accommodation, a $10,000 down payment for treatment and the airfare. Donald said they have a series of fundraising activities ongoing, but also renewed his call for the public to donate. Sanjay was diagnosed with leukemia, a form of blood cancer, after falling ill last December. Shortly after finishing school, his father Chatram lost his job, but Sanjay took up the slack, working 3 jobs to care for his family. After the diagnosis, Sanjay underwent several rounds of intense chemotherapy, but his face became paralyzed and he lost his ability to smile. Sanjay's vision is now blurred and his legs are weak, shaky, and painful. Several fundraisers are being held to help with his medical expenses. His neighbors and friends run a daily car wash, and a curry queue is scheduled for June 26. Anyone wanting to assist Sanjay can call 338-7029 or 715-1126 or 792-2134.